When you see Martin Lewis perform, at least for me, I become that kid again, and I am just reveling in the magic. I want to bring a young lady up here.
Oh, I haven't been young in a long time.
For something very important and special.
Martin, will you please come out front?
I didn't do it, whatever it was.
Oh, yes, you have, for decades and decades.
So shall I come down here?
No, I'll come to you.
Okay.
It'll be okay. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
My mother and I started a nonprofit foundation for education in magic. It's called the Magic Formula for Education. And we have an award for you, Mr. Lewis, for decades of excellence in magic, your knowledge, your talent, and the fact that you share it with everyone around you for the betterment of all the world. To Mr. Martin Lewis for excellence in magic.
We'll get a photograph of it later on. That's beautiful, huh? Oh, very nice. Well, thank you. Oh, beautiful. Oh, very nice. Well, okay. Thank you and good night.
Good afternoon. I want to welcome everyone to a conversation with Martin Lewis, magician extraordinaire. The Magic Formula for Education Foundation, along with the Society of American Magicians, has instituted 2 awards. For the Rising Star of Magic, there's a Cherie K Award, and Cody Clark won that this year.
Oh.
Wonderful young man, and we'll be talking with him shortly. And the Ed and Terry Campagna Award is given to a professional, hardworking, giving and sharing magician who has demonstrated excellence in magic over the years.
But you couldn't find one this year, so you...
Oh, the list is so long of deserving magicians, but it's a pleasure to be able to give you this award the second year that we have this international award. And it reads, the Magic Formula for Education Foundation proudly presents the Ed and Terry Campagna Award for Excellence in Magic to Martin Lewis in 2017.
Well, I'm flattered. This is wonderful. Thank you very much. Get a place of honor on the mantelpiece.
Excellent. I'm so glad to hear that. And you're joining a very exclusive group because it was originally the Ed Campagna Award, but since my mother has passed away, and since she was as much a magician and mover and shaker in the organizations worldwide as she was, she deserves to be a part of that as well, so she is now too. And up to this point, Judge Frank Price and Bill Palmer and John Ice and Zany Blaney, and my memory's not good enough to remember beyond that, but last year as an international award, our first recipient was Harry Lorraine, who was 90 at the time. He's now 91.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So you're in good company.
Very good company, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So tell us, Martin, what sparked your interest in magic?
I'm a third generation. My dad's a magician, was a magician, and his dad, so yeah,
So you just inherited it.
it just came along in the family, yeah.
When was the first time you were on stage?
My dad tells me when I was about 10 years old, but I really wasn't that interested in magic, I can tell you when I first became interested in, actually really interested in magic, was September the 1st, 1968 at 7 o'clock at night. Was when I first became really interested in magic.
And tell us what sparked you at 7 o'clock.
It was my 21st birthday and my dad took me to the Magic Castle and I saw Albert Goshman perform.
Oh my goodness, that's wonderful.
That was what, because my dad was a wonderful magician, but mainly a kid's magician. So, and that didn't interest me at all. But when I saw Albert Goshman do his amazing sleight of hand, that caught my attention. I said, oh, I'd like to learn that. And so yeah, that was, I know most people say I started this time, but I know the exact moment of the
That's
moment that I
amazing.
started.
It was a real privilege getting to see him perform and get to know him.
Yeah.
For me as well, yes. Yes. But I wouldn't want to have to wear his tie secondhand. Unlike the Ed Thomas ties that are so wonderful and neat and still clean.
Yeah. Yeah, you could always tell what he had for breakfast.
And when did you start creating magic?
Pretty much soon after. I mean, my dad didn't teach me magic as much as he taught me creativity.
Excellent.
And you know, a lot of people say, oh, well, I'm not creative. But creativity can be learned, just like you can learn to play the piano or whatever. Creativity can be learned. So I studied books on how to be creative, and I learned that way. And of course, I was inspired by my dad, who's very creative magician. Authored 21 books on magic, so yeah, he was.
That's prolific.
Yeah.
Very prolific. You know, it's wonderful that, you know, most doctors' kids don't want to be doctors, and most dentist kids don't want to be dentists, but a lot of magicians' children become magicians.
Yeah, yeah, they do have.
It's a wonderful
magic
legacy,
powers.
isn't it?
Yeah.
This is great.
Okay.
So, one of the things that inspires me about your magic is that you are so well-rounded. You work the stage, you work close-up, you MC, you are funny and charming and share your knowledge with everyone that crosses your path.
Well, I'm old now. Magic's been very, very good to me, so I'd like to give back as much as I possibly can. So yeah, I'm happy to share everything that I know.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So, if you were going to give advice to young magicians today, we have the perfect venue for that. What is your best advice?
Theme and focus. A lot of young magicians just pick out tricks because they like them. Oh, I like that, or that fooled me, so I want to learn how to do that. But if you want to become a successful magician, pick out a theme. That is a person that you are. And focus on doing only magic that fits your persona. And that way, you don't have to keep trying out different tricks until you know what's going to fit you and what's not going to fit you, because you know your personality and who you are. For example, let's say I decide to do an all-glass act. This just made me think of that. Then everything on stage, there's a table, but it's transparent, and there's a top hat that's transparent, and there's glasses. So everything that I do is so
In balance with the theme.
yeah. So when I go looking for magic tricks, I don't have to sift through. I go, I can't do that, but this one I can make transparent. So now it focuses me on what I'm going to do, and that way you focus and you work on, and it helps you be creative as well. So theme and focus is very important.
Excellent.
Now-
Thank you.
The other thing is, and I think this is good advice, that there are four aspects of magic that are very important, and that is personality, presentation, effect, and method. Now, the most important of those four is personality. Without that, it doesn't matter what else you do. Second is presentation. Once you've got a good personality, you need a presentation that makes people happy. Third on the list is the effect, what actually happens. Well, most magicians put that at the top of the list. They think that the effect is the most important thing. No, it's third on the list. And how you accomplish it, the method, is the very least important of the four. How it's done, you only need enough to fool an audience. You don't need any more. You don't need any clever methods or another 3 methods of doing 3 fly. Any method that fools an audience is enough. Personality, presentation, effect, method in that order.
That's great advice. Anything else you'd like to say to anyone out there in the Ethernet?
On the interwebs?
And on the interweb, that's it.
The interwebs, no. No, I think that's enough, isn't it?
It's wonderful.
Keep it simple, yeah.
And thank you for the advice for everyone up and coming and aspiring to be the better magician, because you are still growing and changing, and your creativity is a privilege to watch in action.
No, thank you. Never stop growing and changing, otherwise it's the end of everything. So, yeah, you should always keep on growing.
Thank you so much,
Okay.
Martin.
My pleasure.